facts about fascinating Swiss-born socialite Jocelyn Wildenstein. Jocelyn Wildenstein was born Jocelyne Périsset in Lucerne, Switzerland. Her life was a whirlwind from the time she turned 17, and her well-connected boyfriend introduced her to high society and a luxurious lifestyle. She moved to Paris when she was 19 and continued to move up in the world. She then started dating French filmmaker Sergio Gobi, and the relationship continued for about 5 years before she broke up with him to be with billionaire art dealer and businessman Alec Wildenstein. They were married about 20 years before they went through one of the most expensive divorces in history. Besides being known for her role as a billionaire socialite, she's also recognized due to the extensive plastic surgery she's had done, which has earned her the nicknames of Catwoman and Bride of Wildenstein. Lux. We want to learn some more about Jocelyn because she's a fascinating celebrity who is also a cautionary tale of how not to handle your money. So, it's time. Number 1. Her life changed when she started dating a Swiss film producer at 17 years old. Jocelyn grew up in Lucerne, Switzerland, which she described in an interview as being very plain. She was part of a middle-class family, with her father being an employee at a sporting goods store. You definitely couldn't characterize her life as being glamorous, but all of that changed when she caught the eye of a Swiss movie producer, Cyril Piguet, at the age of 17. 2 years later, they moved to Paris together, and she got the first taste of what it was like to be a socialite. She started interacting in elite social circles and never looked back. Number 2. She was the richest socialite in the world for over 10 years. For many years, Jocelyn was living her best life doing what she did best, socializing. With access to billions of dollars, she was the wealthiest socialite in the world for over a decade. She could far outspend the most popular socialites of today, including Paris Hilton, with a net worth of $300 million, Kim Kardashian with a net worth of $175 million, and Sabrina Guinness with her $100 million net worth. Number 3. Divorce. Number 7. She was awarded $2.5 billion plus in alimony for her divorce. In a word, the divorce proceedings between Alec and Jocelyn were ugly. It was a highly publicized affair, and the judge that was presiding over it even received death threats. There was no prenup agreement, which turned out to be very costly for Alec, especially since his infidelity was undeniable. Jocelyn ended up with a $2.5 billion payout immediately following the divorce, as well as an incredible $100 million per year in alimony for 13 years following the divorce.
According to the information that's coming in, she has died at the age of 84. The socialite, nicknamed Catwoman because she reportedly had so many facial cosmetic procedures in the hopes, of changing her face and, becoming popularly at a time known as the Catwoman, and of course resembling a card, passed away on Tuesday in Paris from a pulmonary embolism. The star, born as Jocelyne Périsset, was in a Parisian palace at the time of her death, and it was reported by the Paris Match. Her partner, that is Lloyd Klein, came out and said he's saddened to announce the death of Jocelyn Wildenstein in Paris, and it was shared even by the AFP. She was last seen looking healthy on December 18th in Paris when with Klein, and of course the star smiled at onlookers while in a fur jacket, leggings and boots, as she wore black sunglasses and her blondie hair in soft waves over her shoulders. She was nicknamed Catwoman due to her pronounced cat eyes and the leonine features. She had close to 1 million followers on Instagram and described herself as an art designer. Her life has been surrounded with a bit of controversy. The divorce, where she was awarded with $1 billion US dollars, then at the time being one of the richest socialites. The Swiss-born socialite came from a humble Oregon, only to tie the knot in the 70s with a French-born American billionaire. But of course, the two quoted headlines just after 2 decades later with their messy divorce. She became one of the wealthiest people on the planet after her divorce settlement, which left her with more than $2 billion. plus more millions more annually. But of course, she somehow managed to lose all it all after years of tinkering with her face, spending it on countless luxuries. I was reading somewhere where they said that she even spent 1 million daily. Imagine. The high social fixture was married to the late Adila and billionaire Alec Wildenstein, who was the son of the French Adila and horse breeder, that is Daniel Wildenstein. Their family presided over the Wildenstein and Company, an influential Paris-based art dealership. She developed an interest in hunting and wildlife, and of course, later on, there's so many surgeries and stuff like that made her to change her face. And of course, by the time she passed on, her face was completely changed due to numerous cosmetic surgeries. Lots of commentators, doctors have always come out to talk about her history and of course the procedures she has been making. But of course, in this moment in time, we are sending our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and all the people who knew her. Rest in power, Queen.